Can I use this one? Can I use this one? All right, cool. I'm going to do this because I'm tiny. Hi, I'm Lansie. Thank you so much for singing me happy birthday. That was very sweet of everybody. I'm 31 now, which makes me feel weird. So I'm the project director of a program called Next Stop Democracy, which was funded by the Knight Foundation through the Knight Cities program. And what we're trying to do is to increase civic engagement in Philadelphia with public art. Why are we doing this? Because Philadelphians suck at voting. Okay, we're not alone in this, right? So civic participation in municipal elections has been declining across the country, but we are really good at being really bad at it, okay? And so we don't vote. We're the city that I feel personally is on the up and up, and yet we're not participating in this very basic part of citizenship. The people who are participating look like this. They are rich, they are white, they are old, and they own the houses that they live in, typically speaking, right? And so these are the individuals that vote more, and therefore their interests are represented. You know who doesn't vote? All y'all. Granted, you just disproved me, so this slide feels weird, but in Philadelphia, typically, if you are young, if you are a person of color, if you rent the house that you live in, you are less likely to be represented. So we wanted to change this, and we were thinking, why don't people vote? And there's a ton of reasons, and there's a ton of research, but I think it all comes down to community. People don't feel like they're a part of a community. They don't feel like their vote counts, and why would they when that's what a polling place looks like? It has no welcoming feeling. It does not accept anybody, and it's inside baseball. If you didn't know what you were looking for, why would you know that a giant pink piece of paper means vote here? So we said, let's make some friggin' signs. Let's show people where to go. Let's make it easier. Let's do it in 2 languages because vote aquí, vote here. Both of those are really important in the city of Philadelphia. We wanted to increase civic engagement both on and offline, which is why we used artists, and we used the platform of Instagram. We used the hashtag #VoteNovember3rd, and we used a ton of really famous Philly artists, including Isaiah Zagar, who's a famed mosaicist. We used street artists because street artists have this amazing ability to identify something abandoned and put something beautiful on it, and then draw attention to it. And we felt like the voting process in Philly was abandoned. This is our youngest artist. She's very up and coming. Her name's Olivia O'Ray Jackson. She's the daughter of Darla Jackson, who built all of our signs, and she begged her mom to be part of this, which gives me a lot of hope for the city of Philadelphia. This is Hawk Crawl. So what we started noticing was that these artists who were creating these signs were making their own statements within the signs. If you notice, that sign is a cheesesteak and it says vote aquí, because you might want people to speak English, but I want them to vote in whatever language feels most comfortable to them in the city of Philadelphia. So we also said, what can these signs do? These signs can draw attention to challenges, right? This is Sonia and Austin, who do Braille street art. We talked about accessibility. There's over 850 polling places in Philadelphia, but all of them aren't accessible to all sorts of disabilities. If you can't hear, if you can't speak, if you can't walk, you might have to go 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 places away from your original polling place just to exercise your civil rights. We worked with the Restorative Justice Project and the Guild with Mural Arts. These individuals are at a higher rate of recidivism. They're formerly incarcerated and currently incarcerated individuals. So we talked to the Guild. We went into Graterford State Prison and we said, here's the thing. There are a lot of myths about whether you can or cannot vote. In the state of Pennsylvania, once you are done serving your time, you are eligible to vote. Which is fantastic. In my home state of Vermont, you never lose your rights because feel the burn. And in other states like Kentucky, you need to formally petition your local government just to get your basic civil rights back. So a lot of people started, kind of getting up on this. Literally, Larry Crane, that billboard, he was like, hey, do you want billboards? And I was like, hell yes, I want billboards. So we said vote November 3rd. We made it active. We wanted to change the narrative around elections in Philadelphia because if you read the news, nobody expects you to do your citizenship. No one expects you to do your civic duty. So this is what we think a polling place can look like, right? Ryan Posada's beautiful sign right in the foot. Old Broad's beautiful sign right here. Those boring ass things in the background that don't tell you where to vote, they're in the background, right? And people say, well, it's easy to find your polling place. Sure, if you know where to go, if you have a smartphone, if you have regular access to the internet, and if you're depending on partisan politics, right? David O., Tautenberg, ours is the only sign that is nonpartisan, and in some places, the only sign that exists at all. Because what did I tell you? People who are of color, people who are poor, people who are marginalized don't vote, because politicians and people who canvass for those politicians don't care about them, so they're not putting up signs. We were the only one. We ended election night with a small but passionate experience with a public performance from the West Philadelphia Orchestra. And this woman came up to me. She came to vote at 7:45. She had just finished her second shift in the emergency room, and she said, "Who is this for?" And I said, "It's for you."